Namaskar. Welcome to this edition of News Bulletin. In the headlines today, 57th Plant Level Advisory Committee meeting of SAIL, Rourkela Steel Plant held. Principal Secretary, Commerce and Transport, Government of Odisha visits Rourkela. And winners of COVID-19 based poster competitions for contract workmen of SAIL, Rourkela Steel Plant awarded. Now, the news in detail. The 57th Plant Level Advisory Committee meeting of SAIL, Rourkela Steel Plant RSP was held in virtual mode on 15th October 2020. Ms. Soma Mandal, Director Commercial SAIL, Mr. Satyabrata Sahu, Principal Secretary MSME, Government of Odisha, Mr. Deepak Chetraj, CEO RSP, Mr. UN Das, Additional Secretary MSME, Government of Odisha, Mr. Raghu G, Director of Industries, Government of Odisha, Mr. S.K. Jaina, Director Export Promotion and Marketing, Government of Odisha, Mr. S.K. Mohanty, GM Regional Industries Centre, many other senior officers of RSP and Government of Odisha, office bearers of Rourkela Chamber of Commerce and Industry, DSSIA, District Small Scale Industries Association, OYEA, Odisha Young Entrepreneurs Association, and OASME, Odisha Assembly of Small and Medium Enterprises, attended the meeting. Speaking on the occasion, Mr. Satyabrata Sahu praised the impressive contribution made by SAIL RSP in the growth and prosperity of the state of Odisha. Emphasizing on the philosophy of vocal for local, Mr. Sahu advised RSP to make every possible effort to promote the local MSME and ensure that they have the ease in doing business. Advising the MSMEs to adhere to the requirements of RSP in terms of quality, timeliness and volume, he said that both Government of India as well as Government of Odisha share the common goal of seeing the MSME sector prosper. In his address, Mr. Deepak Chetraj reiterated the commitment of RSP to contribute its best in realizing the dream of the Honorable Prime Minister of an Atmanirbhar Bharat. He also detailed about the incentivizing scheme launched by SAIL RSP in line with the Purvodaya in Steel Sector initiative launched by the Honorable Union Minister of PNG and Steel, Mr. Dharmendra Pradhan, so as to accelerate development of the region through promoting integrated steel hubs. Both RSP and the local industries have to think out of box and figure out ways and means to elevate our business relationships to a higher level on the basis of mutual trust and understanding, he stressed. Mr. Raghu G, Director Industries, Government of Odisha, welcomed the gathering at the outset. Mr. D.K. Mohapatra, ED-MM of RSP, presented the introductory remarks. Ms. Anindita Mahapatra, DGM, MMPIVD of RSP, made a detailed presentation on the various aspects of the business between RSP and MSME units. During the interaction session, Mr. Pradosh Mishra, President, and Mr. B.R. Mohapatra, Vice President, DSSIA, Mr. R.K. Patnaik, President, and Mr. Sandeep Pal, General Secretary of OASME, Mr. P.K. Biswal, Secretary OYEA, Mr. Praveen Garg, President, and Mr. Prabhat Kumar of RCCI discussed about various issues pertaining to supply of materials to RSP, as well as on the agenda points. They also expressed happiness about their consistently improving communication with RSP, which is helping in sorting out many pending issues. Mr. Gautam Kumar Das, CGM MM and Stores, proposed a vote of thanks. Ms. Shikha Jain, AGM MM, anchored the program. Mr. Madhusudan Padhi, Principal Secretary Commerce and Transport, Government of Odisha, visited Rourkela on 15th October 2020. He was received at the airport by Mr. Nikhil Pawan Kalyan, Collector Sundargarh, Mr. Rajveer Singh, ED, PNA, RSP, Ms. Aboli Narwane, ADM Rourkela, Mr. Divya Jyoti Pareda, Commissioner, Rourkela Municipal Corporation, Mr. Ajay Kumar Nayak, CGM, TA and CSR, RSP, and other senior officers of Government of Odisha and RSP. Mr. Padhi was accompanied by Ms. D.S. Jena, Director, Aviation and Joint Secretary, Commerce and Transport, and a high-level team of officials from Commerce and Transport Ministry and Airport Authority of India. Soon after their arrival, the dignitaries inspected the Rourkela airport to take stock of the preparation for the flight services under Regional Connectivity Scheme, UDAN, at the airport. Thereafter, the team attended a high-level meeting organized at Rourkela House. A detailed presentation was made on the status of the project in the meeting. In the afternoon, Mr. Deepak Chatraj, CEO, RSP, interacted with the Principal Secretary and the other team members at the Rourkela House. The dignitaries left the Steel City in the evening. They were accorded a fond farewell at the airport by senior officers of District Administration and RSP. Winners of COVID-19 based poster competitions for contract workmen of SAIL, Rourkela Steel Plant awarded. Winners of the poster competition organized by SAIL, Rourkela Steel Plant, RSP, amongst the contract workmen to create awareness with regard to COVID-19 for the month of August 2020 were awarded in a program held at Personnel Department of Conference Hall on 14th October 2020. Mr. A.K. Pradhan, CGM, Plate Mill, presented the awards to the first, second and third prize winners, while Mr. T.G. Kanekar, Personnel Projects, gave away the consolation prizes. The event was conducted with due adherence to the guidelines on preventive measures to contain spread of COVID-19. Speaking on the occasion, Mr. Pradhan congratulated the winners and emphasized on each and every individual's contribution and importance of ideas for the growth of Rourkela Steel Plant. At the outset, Mr. T.G. Kanekar welcomed the gathering. He also briefed about the scheme launched for conducting various competitions for contract labor and supervisors. Ms. S.M. Sindur, Manager Personnel Projects, made a presentation on the scheme and details of the winners along with the award-winning entries. Ms. Sindur also proposed a vote of thanks. The program was coordinated by the CLC Collective. With this, we come to the end of this news bulletin. Namaskar.